Yeah, welcome to Keeping the Ball on the Ground. A very special one. We've got Andy Halliday, we've got Bobby Madden, and we've got Kevin Kyle. We're in the Barras at Bad. You got your bulletproof vest on?
To be fair, I thought we were in your wardrobe. I'm not usually seen doing these parts. I've got a curfew at 4 o'clock, so I need to be sharp.
Kev's your steward to your motor today, man. I know, they hate you as well. Season's not even started, and you've made a good decision already, young Robert.
What's that?
Not to wear that G-Star jacket you wore last time.
I've been through my wardrobe, what can I wear? So I learned doing this.
Kev, how you doing, alright?
Mate, I'm great, I'm good. I was driving in and I saw a couple of beer gardens open, so I fucking was got to get a wee pint, but
Straight.
got to drive home.
After this we'll go, mate.
I'll have one, 2. Fuck it, maybe.
Oh, you've been seeing this man in lockdown? Cycling.
No, I've not.
Every day, tell us about it.
I think everybody's trying to find something to keep them ticking now, so I chose cycling, so it's keep me busy.
100 miles one day?
One day, 100 mile, I went around 6 stadiums, Premier League stadiums one day, so it's just to keep us busy, it's to give me a target, because when they football, I think we all enjoy having a fixture, something to look forward to. So you've not got that, so I've just set myself wee targets just to kind of keep myself busy.
See, if you really want to push yourself, why don't you give the big man a backie?
Seen you out in the bike, you take your kids with you, so when folk cut you off, you give them a yellow or warning.
Oh, I've never gone anywhere without the kids.
Fucking hell.
I've seen them in.
Get them out. I've got one, in fact I was going to sign one for Andy. Remember?
We're going to come to that story. We're going to come to that
Can't
story.
wait for this bit.
What about you? Any more news? This is a Andy Halliday weekly update. Any news for us?
Nah, not really, to be honest. There's been bits and bobs, but I'm just sort of waiting till stuff's concrete. I think stuff will start moving at the end of the month, but like I said, I just want you to get a football team so I can sign up.
Would you ever just think about chucking it right and just being like the Rangers version of Paul Tim?
I don't know, man. Like,
Pair of blue gazelles.
time might come where that's the case anyway.
Right, Bobby. Players are back into training now.
Yep.
Refs.
Still training ourselves now. Nothing organised as a group, but what the association are doing and UEFA doing, they're providing us with clips to kind of let us kind of review the changes of the laws and just to kind of bring us up to speed. They're providing training plans just for us to stick to. We wear polar, the same as the players, everything's recorded in terms of what
they
training
check
we're doing.
up on you?
So I think we wear polar monitors and that needs to be submitted every day, so they're expecting a certain level of training, so provide a pre-season plan which we try to stick to, so they know what we're up to, they know who's fit and who's doing what, so there's no hiding place for us. We can't just down tools and come back with no turned a wheel for a period of time, so so it's been good. I've enjoyed the break away from everything, I think we've had this, because I'm working full time, then you've got all the training, family, trips away, so I've really enjoyed the break, but I'm also looking forward to coming back now.
There's a man that's enjoyed the break.
I've had a break since 2013.
Is it true that your first referee, the match you're reffing, is Malky Mackay wrestling Steve Clark?
Get on, make it happen.
So when you get in the deposit then?
It's going to be long here.
Right, come on, Kev, you ready for a story?
What one?
Do you know about this?
No, but there were
There's a wee bit of needle with them, isn't
there
there?
was, I felt the tension just as I walked in, so I'm curious to see what's going on.
Who wants to tell it? Go on, Andy,
You
tell
want
it.
your version first?
We'll take it from your side.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. It was a windy day, your fringe got in the way of your eyes. Either that or my hair blew off in your eyes, I don't know what it was, but no, obviously, I don't blame you too much.
No.
You were conned into it a wee bit, but my first red card for Rangers was against Hibs, and to be fair, it was a big game. I think Hibs were a couple of points behind us at the time. I think we were 3-1 up, and I think Fivey's done me a wee bit late, and I went back and had a wee nibble back at him, and he's did the old Kyle Lafferty, the old head back for the red card.
Did you put your head into it?
No, well, it was like a shoulder, wasn't it? I went like shoulder to shoulder with him, and he's flicked the head back, and Bobby showed me the red card. But I always remember it was like a big game, and I went back into the changing room at the time, and I was like, "Fuck me, man! Like, there's still like half an hour to go, 10 men." Like I said, Hibs were always definitely a good attacking team that year, anyway. So I was sitting, and I was just sitting on my phone, and I was like, "Fuck me, man! Like, we can't drop points here." And I hear that like a mini roar, and see if Rangers score, you're in the changing room, you know it's Rangers. So it was a mini roll, and I was like, fuck me, they've scored. So I've looked at my phone, 3-2, went back into the shower, and then I've heard a big roll, and honestly, the biggest relief ever. But I went into that panel you were talking about a few days later, and they just told me Bobby was embarrassing, basically. And I got out and submitted.
Did the gaffer get you but after it for getting sent off?
Nah, he didn't, because I think he watched the replay, and there's like I said, like, for Bobby's angle at the time, it probably did look like a red card, but Fivey sold him a dream.
Well, right, go and talk us through it.
Much like that. So it's a massive game. It was in in between Christmas and New Year,
Aye,
wasn't
it
it?
was
So
a
the
big
atmosphere was jumping. Honestly, a great game, good atmosphere, and then there was a tackle with Fivey. Andy jumps up and goes towards him. I'm directly behind it, and I see a movement, and then you see Fivey falling down, holding, and I thought, he's done him. I mean, just you think you see this headbutt, this motion to headbutt. So I don't even think about it. I just go red, off. And Andy, to be fair, didn't complain that much. He just went off, and I thought, pretty much got that right. Game finishes, Rangers win. So there's no so much pressure on me coming off the park. And then you go in and you see your phone's red hot. And you're like, oh no. You know right away, if my phone's busy, there's something wrong. Immediately the video's there. And you see it's wrong. So it's disappointing. It's one of my most disappointing decisions because it's totally wrong. There's no contact, you know. That's something that VAR will clear up. There's no debate about it. It's just wrong. VAR would kind of change that decision immediately. So, it was a bit sore to watch.
See, before though, what we always talk about is like players with referees. You just want to be able to speak to a ref. And I remember you had the audacity to come back to Ibrox about 3-4 weeks later. But I remember you apologised for the decision in the tunnel. And then luckily, like I said, I got to Cindy and got sent off a week later for celebrating the midday part. So I don't know what they talk about their spare time, but for me,
we'll get one right.
See, when you said your phone was red hot, I thought you were meaning birds. So you're always wanting refs to speak to you though, but he's one that after he does speak to you, you'd rather he never.
Of course.
What about Kev? Have you ever ref Kev?
Aye. Kev,
When did we? Aye.
I think the first time probably I remember referee was at Rangers up at Montrose.
Oh fuck God.
And it was on that park. Before
You've got some memory.
He definitely needs a beer now.
No, but the reason I remember, we went to check the kit before the game, so we went to check the kit and there was a massive Rangers flag up on the wall. I went, that's, and we Jimmy Bell went, no, it's Kev's tap.
See, when you go to check the kit, you just want to see if I can get my shots off at the end of the game.
That was up there, but you know that part was like it was like the M8 that part, wasn't it? It was terrible.
Man,
It was
Had a
terrible.
few shockers on them.
It's a great journey, innit?
Oh, tell us about what Lee Wallace says to refs. I love this.
Waldo is brilliant, man. Like, as soon as he wear that captain's armband, he just turned so diplomatic. It was unbelievable. So anytime the ref would get a bad decision, he'd try to be so nice about it. He used to say to them, I hope you've recorded this game because I want you to go back and study it and analyse your own performance. And you can just tell all the boys were just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just tell me shite.
Right, Kev, fixtures released today. Celtic start off at Hamilton at home, and then Kelly away, St Mirren away, Aberdeen at home, Dundee United away. Do you see that as a tough start or an absolute scoosh?
That looks like the league's over by Christmas, Si. No, to be fair, that's a probably as good as a start as you possibly can get. Obviously the home game because of the unveiling of the championship trophy, so that'll be the game against Hamilton. I can't see Hamilton doing anything at Parkhead. I don't know when the last time they actually had a result at Parkhead. The Kilmarnock game might be a tricky one because Kilmarnock tend to do alright against the Old Firm. In recent years that would be a fixture that would be a pushover, but Kilmarnock have picked up their game. And then going forward, St Mirren, Aberdeen at home. By then, have they got 9 points on the board, they'll be confident to playing Aberdeen at Parkhead. So it's a good start for Celtic, and I don't know. It's just it feels strange, Si, because of the fact that there's not going to be any fans, and it's like one team's pushing for a record, one team's trying to stop a record, and it seems as though it's a wee bit surreal because it's no the fans aren't involved in how that outcome might play out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it be away fans giving players stick and things. It feels a wee bit weird, but time's only going to tell how it pans out. But Celtic's obviously they'll be happy with that round of fixtures to start with.
Do you look at the fixtures, Boy?
Aye, I think same as probably said, like players and fans, we look forward to the big
Can I
games.
just say something? I noticed when you said players there, you only look at fucking Andy. what am I?
Aye, the League 2 ones are not yet. League 2's not been done.
League 1, mate, Ben.
Do you drop the standard to referee League 2?
Oh, you're going. I know you're going.
Do you drop down sometimes
No,
to
he
help the
doesn't.
Joey's it?
Aye, we will drop down like into Championship.
A
probably.
push. A big push.
No, we did. I think the last time I was in League 1 though was after a shocker of a performance in 2013. I went to Arbroath and Albion Rovers. That was the last time I was in League 1. Remember I walked in,
That's a right punishment by
I had a shocker the week before at St Mirren Celtic, my worst game ever. And I turned up and I walk into the changing room and I remember the one of the Rovers coaches said, "Oh, but you know often you're doing here, what you doing here?" And I went, "Did you not see last week?" And they went, "No, I know what happened last week. Oh, I had a Okay, of course I seen last week the whole fucking breast was up there. I thought I'd get away with it. Somebody in Scotland hadn't seen it, but
You get me a laugh at that at your level, didn't you?
and there is probably more interaction isn't there, with the players. Because I think a lot of the players in the Premier League are under so much pressure to perform. Whereas see once you go down, the guys are a wee bit more relaxed, I think.
Yeah.
See when, like when you're in the first team and you get dropped and the manager gives you that shit excuse, just give you a wee rest this week. Does the SFA say to you, Bobby, we're just going to give you a wee rest this week and just
I think
when you get dropped down?
So what happens? So we get basically a 5 or 6 week ballot. So people think Madden dropped, but we're not always guaranteed because there's 15 or 16 guys who referee in the Premier League. So we only referee in the Premier League half of the games, probably 20 games a season. So the other games were fourth official, we're into the Championship. But it is frustrating when there's 8 big games. We get the appointment the Tuesday via text. So you're waiting, you're refreshing your email, and you're thinking, waiting for the big game, and there's a big game on, and then you get appointed into the Championship. It is a wee bit sore.
I should get done for big games, I know.
Right, Andy, Rangers opening game away at Aberdeen. I think it's a 5:30 kick-off. What time will you leave the house for that one?
Probably an early start. It's probably going to be a Sunday morning. So
No, but it's not the fixture you want for your opening game, is it?
it's a tough fixture, aye. But listen, you play. See, in the SPL, you play each other 12 times each anyway, so I don't think it matters who you start with. But no, listen, I think Rangers. I think it's important to get off to a good start this season. It's not the most ideal opening fixture, but I remember we played Aberdeen 2 years ago and, under Gerrard. It was the first game, and I think it's probably one of the most convincing performances we've had at Pittodrie and drew. So that's how difficult it is, because the majority of the time we're going to be playing at your best. And I think under Gerrard, I think we've only won once there in the league at Pittodrie. So it's definitely a difficult start, but listen, you've got to play every day, so it's one they're going to start with a win.
Just talking to Rangers, what was it you said at the dinner ladies used to do at Murray Park when Kev's name was mentioned?
Oh, just get the shock of their life. They knew how busy they were going to be. So
I brought the kids in and everything just to all get fed.
Bobby, first Celtic and Rangers game later than usual, 17th of October. Is this best chance to get the fans back in? Is that why they're delaying it?
Have we done that? I don't know. I mean, I think they pushed it back, but who's to guarantee that we'll even have fans back in October? And it will only be full stadiums for sure, but I'm sure there's discussions about how many fans can they let back in, can they do it in a phased return? Everybody wants fans back in, players, referees, because it's better. I've only had one experience where I've had a game behind closed doors, and it's no great. It was in Moscow against Bayern Munich, and the game, it does feel a wee bit flat, so get the fans back in as quick as we can. I think pushing that to there, whether it's deliberate, I think that game without fans would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
See 2 metre rule, you need to apply that, because I know you like a lot of contact.
it's I think if you talk about social distancing in the park, I'm always going in that centre circle, you know that, try to keep it your road. So I might need to move a wee bit more to combat that.
Kev, Celtic v Rangers, can you play it without any fans?
See, to be honest, it doesn't matter whether there's any fan. It'll matter if the fans are in the stadium or not. But you've got to remember how Celtic Rangers games are played outside the country anyway. Everybody heads to the bars, everybody heads to the pubs, mates' houses. So social distance that day will go out the window regardless whether they're in the stadium or no, because it's just the nature of the fixture. And it'll be I know there's been games where there's only been one set of fans in an Old Firm, but I don't think there's ever been an instance where there's been no fans in an Old Firm game. So it'll be a new experience, and one that nobody can get an opinion on because nobody's experienced it.
Yeah. I always wanted to ask you this. First off, Twickenham game, where are you going to watch it? You going to go?
If they let me in, but see, I'm similar to them. I can't see fans being allowed back in stadiums in October anyway.
No.
So I don't think it's going to make a massive difference, but it's going to be a weird occasion, man, because obviously it's Scottish football's biggest spectacle by far, and the fact that it's going to be under no fans, it's going to be a weird one. But you might see some sectarian shouts for the players on the pitch.
You think Sky Sports are storing through their sectarian songs or Dave Sides?
They should mic up every single player. Never mind the fake crowd noises.
See, on that, Bobby, you're one that gets abused for the fans, didn't you?
Aye.
Will you be looking forward to playing it when they abuse?
No, I enjoy the interaction. Even in the warm-up, I'm getting pelters off folk. I love it. Honestly, I love it. Even during the game, if they're singing a song about you, or you hear the odd comment. I honestly, that helps me keep concentrated, keep focused. I really enjoy the fans being there. It'll be disappointing. It will be disappointing. You're talking about that game, Aberdeen Rangers to kick off is a massive game. But getting up there without any fans, it puts a different perspective on it. It'll be interesting how that plays out. But like you say, it's that kind of chat, as you know, in these games between the players. You'll hear everything. So I don't know if even the intention is to play that crowd noise through, because I see that a lot of the leagues are doing that, or will they just leave it with no noise? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
What about the whistle? Where's that?
in the house.
Why?
There's got something. I'm tender out here. I'm bringing my hair to know my whistle.
Brilliant. Right, big news as well is going to come out today. Mickey Mellon is set to be appointed the Dundee United manager. Bobby, since you've got a headlight one, we'll ask you first. Mellon, good appointment.
I would rather have the Scottish managers in, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, you built up a relationship
You know
with
you're
guys.
Scottish, well,
I don't. Somebody,
I was going to say that.
Yes.
Even I knew that because I googled it last night.
I did the same.
So, somebody's been up here, probably somebody that I know. How long's he been doing South?
he's been doing it
Aye,
half a year.
So I don't really know him, but there's a lot of decent Scottish managers. Aye.
So who would you like to see? Have you got like a manager that you like that you'd like to see in a job?
Probably Tommy Wright, isn't it? Tommy's a great guy. But then everybody talks about the style of football and they just get results. St Johnstone, you said you hate going up there. Nobody like going there to play. But Tommy's a good guy. I'm surprised I never got Northern Ireland job. There's other folk that are probably out there waiting for jobs. Hughes, yeah, Yogi was on, wasn't he? Yeah. Whether he comes back in, even Jim McIntyre. There's other guys out there, isn't there? So, but I suppose clubs want to bring in somebody new, try something different. So,
See, on the style of play, do you notice? Do you see it yourself during the game like they're hopeless, man?
aye.
Said that a couple of times actually.
I will. You just kind of when you go up to St John's, you spoke about it. You're getting a tough game. I had a cup tie up there last year. Celtic went. The park was horrendous. The weather was awful. St Johnstone were set up the way they set up, sitting deep, no pressing to the kind of final third. So it was difficult games. So you're aware of the tactics. Referees are more aware of tactics now than they were probably 5-10 years.
The weather's always brutal in Perth, I know. I've never been there and it's no windy.
It's a terrible pitch as well.
Oh.
It's just, they'll, like you say, the other side with the no fans thing, they'll be fine with that because they don't play in front of fans anyways at Johnson. So
We need to lay off St Johnstone. I get slaughtered for the fans on Twitter.
I've been getting a bit tear in the private messages.
Good appointment for St Johnstone. We've not spoken about that. I think it is. Callum Davidson. Yeah.
Aye, no.
Like, meant to be a top coach.
Callum, he was the assistant, wasn't he, last year under Tommy, so he knows...
2 years ago then he went down south with Gary Rowett.
That's right. So he knows the club, he played with him, and by all accounts, I don't know him personally, but I know him and he's a cracking guy, so if you can get the respect to the players straight away, then they'll hopefully play for you. Knows the club inside out, and for me, it was an obvious choice, whereas Dundee United isn't an obvious choice. It's like this guy must have come up and interviewed unbelievable.
No, I think they went and got him. I don't think he went.
So what was he doing down south?
He's Tranmere manager. He done really well at Tranmere. So I've heard good things about Mickey Mellon. He's a good manager.
So I'm not going to judge him because I don't know his past or his history, but I wish him all the best and we'll see how Dundee United pan out this season.
After last week, I'll just leave Dundee United questions.
No, I've
right, come on, engage a bit then.
Mickey Mellon, 3 promotions the last 5 years. Tranmere, Shrewsbury. But I've not got a fucking clue who he is.
You know he's Scottish.
He's Scottish. So.
Brilliant. Right, Andy, your mate Kyle Lafferty was our guest yesterday on the podcast. What a boy, eh?
Aye, crackpot. He's somebody that you just full of carry on all the time. You're always going to get a laugh on him. And see, but what sums up Kyle Lafferty was his first game when he came back for Rangers. He was 2 hours late for his first game. Motherwell away, he was starting and all. And it's one of the worst things was I was fine master at Rangers, so I used to have to collect fines for the players and try to get money off of him. Honestly, it was a disaster. But I think there was something to do with his wee lassie that I think he made an excuse of, to be honest. Turned up 2 hours late, 2:15, he turned up to Fir Park against Motherwell and he scored 2. So
what a boy. Hey, much interaction with him, Bobby?
Aye, again, he's decent to deal with on the park. I seen him in lockdown, he was doing a few kind of shooting drills.
Tell us about his shooting drills, come on.
So we're doing EKYM's home pitches, so there was a few guys down there. Robbie McCrory was there and they were kind of doing shooting drills. And the first 2, top bin, another great finish, and I thought, that's different class watching it. Then after that, main road, railway. I said to him, I've never lose it, laugh. Did you watch after the first 2? I went, I did. But I think he's obviously trying to get his eye in, isn't he? So, well, he'll find a club, won't he? Because he's obviously got ability.
Nah.
Kev, Hart's got to take him now.
I think that would be a good choice for both clubs because I think he done well there the first time round and got a move back to Rangers, which being a Rangers fan, you can't knock that. So going back there, Hearts are probably going to need a striker. So it would be down to finance probably, Si, and whether he wants to drop down to play in the Championship. But he must be a fair age, because I think, like, I remember playing against Kyle Lafferty in the English Championship when he played with Burnley. And I'm thinking, like, how old is Kyle Lafferty?
Well, 15 in the head, but I don't know what his actual age is.
So for me, like, he's been around forever, so it must be at that point in his life where he should be able to go and play with maybe Hearts again in the Championship and try and get them back up, and then try and maybe see his career with Hearts. I think that would be a good move. It'll save him moving and uprooting the family and things like that. But like you say, his interview and stuff, and the person that he is, nobody talks about him. Fuck knows what's going on in his head. So let's not guess at it, because only he'll know.
Brilliant. Do you remember the incident, him and Big Charlie Mulgrew? Who was doing the game, do you know?
Stuart Dougal. So I think the assistant's right behind it, something looking right through the back it. And again, see, it's all right watching it in a replay and you see there's naked, but see it in the game, everything going on, you might even just see it at the corner of your eye. If somebody makes a motion and then somebody's going to hold their face, it's easy to trick you.
Do you know Luke though and say like Charlie Mulgrew never been in a fight in his life? There's no way
not a mark on him, no. Aye, but I think he'd have been, again at the time that was a massive game, wasn't it? And there was a lot of kind of talk about it. So again, I'm sure the referee would have been disappointed. See
there, Bobby, when obviously something like that happens, surely when the team that's been found, like it was Rangers and Aberdeen, wasn't it?
Yep,
aye. So surely the Rangers players have seen that he hasn't touched him.
Yep.
And the Aberdeen players aren't they going, oh, he headbutted him, like, because they know.
Yep.
Is it no better just to no rush in and just kind of take a wee step back for a few minutes and think
that's right.
Get the vibe?
No, and you're right. You want to call what you see, but if you talk about that time I put Andy off, if I'd taken a wee breath, I might have been able to just suss for wee 5 that there was no contact. So I think you're right, don't jump in. I talk about that now, that's one of the kind of things I'll say to young referees, don't jump in, just take a breath. And
we're still talking about football here, See with the 5 thing, was it also a wee bit as well that 5 was ginger and you thought he was picking on like ginger?
He's picking on you on all the day, it's not right. But wee 5, and fair play to wee 5, the next time I seen him, he came up and apologised to me. So he said, well, I'm sorry.
He's never apologised.
Fair play, did you apologise doing that?
No. He said, I'm really sorry, Andy's a dick, but
See on like that, have you ever spoke to 5 about
No,
it?
see, to be fair, I've been doing my B licence coaching course this year. And,
he's a drill in, come on.
You don't want my drills.
Go on.
Get it on there. And I've spoke to him about it, but I've always got along with him well, and I don't want to sound too diplomatic, but I know that's not what he's like. He's probably a bit embarrassed himself that he'd done it. But I was going to say to you, I remember the Lafferty one was like, it's like 6 yards in front of the linesman, wasn't it?
He's directly behind it, so you guarantee he's looking through the back and he just sees that. I'm going.
Do you ever get frustrated though that you keep, like, it will always go into the referees, even if a linesman was that close to it?
I guarantee the assistant's probably called that, but it's the ref that gets it. So it's your name that's appointed to the game. Very rarely are they going to pick up on an assistant referee's never a little helper, as I call them. They're not going to get a dig. We're going to look like criticism.
See if they have missed something and you get the flag for it, would you give them a phone or a text saying?
No, I think there is open communication between us, you know.
Was it like group chats or it?
There is, aye.
Is there?
There's generally
any good videos?
Aye. I'll show you later.
It's a standard group chat, isn't it?
Aye, but I think there's a group chat set up for each match, so you've got communication with everybody to make sure everything is kind of set up. And then after the game, there's any kind of clips to share or discussion points, and you'll kind of share that. But there is wider group chats where you're ripping into folk.
See on the headbutting, have you ever? What's the worst thing you've seen on a football pitch? Have you ever actually seen somebody getting properly butted? Junior on it?
The juniors, a couple of headbutts, but I remember there was a game I done in Girvan and back. There was a wee boy who'd a blonde mullet, streaks through it.
Slaney?
It's like Slaney. His face wasn't as red. So this wee boy's doing all the step overs and all that, and I'm no joking, this boy just plants him, absolutely plants him. And obviously straight red, no debate. The wee boy with the hair's line sparkled. I mean, it's shocking, you know. But the juniors done a lot to tidy up their game, but see now in senior football, the behaviours get much better, isn't it? Because everyone's there with these kind of panels and compliance officers and stuff. But hopefully the introduction of VR will help that and all.
Have you ever felt it when anybody on the pitch? Like, see, you've maybe had a ding dong and then off the pitches have felt it?
Do you know what? I've just
Big McGuffey, innit? He's after you, Big McGuffey.
I know, but that was similar to Andy's when he's talking about getting sent off when you're in the dressing room. I remember being on the bench that night for Rangers, and I don't even know why I dislike McGuffey. I don't even know if I dislike McGuffey. I just thought, he's a fucking tadger. So I thought, when I get on here, if I get an opportunity, he's getting one. So we got a throw in, and he threw it down the line. At the time, I think we were winning. I thought, oh, fuck it, he's behind me. I just went, and I swear to God, man, I fucking wiped him out, and he went down, and I got a straight red, went off, and then in the tunnel, they scored, and I thought, oh, fucking hell. And then I said, the gaffer came, what the fuck happened? I said, gaffer, it was just, I said, just lift my arms up. put him into the office next day. Kevin, I've watched that about 5 times. I can't defend that. This is what we doing, and then just kind of. But getting to the first question, roughly, the guy Evatt that just got the Bolton job.
Ian Evatt.
I used to play against him. Obviously, he's a centre half. And I fucking hated him. I don't know what it was. He thought he was tough. I thought I was tough.
That'd have been some elbow battle, because he's a big boy, though.
What about you?
I see. To be honest, I think there's only really one that stands out to me, because I think nowadays everybody's sort of on better behaviour and can probably don't get away with what people could back in the day. But I remember when we played, when I was at Bradford, we played Millwall, and it was a game to see who played Chelsea. And see, to be fair, Millwall had some big boys at the back, and we had James Hansen. You know what James Hansen? James Hansen, if anybody knows him, he worked in Marks and Spencer's till he was about 26.
So he did?
He generally worked in Marks and Spencer's till he was 26, and he was at about 7 foot, just an animal in the air. And
great,
he just
great touch.
A tremendous touch. It was that one you done, see when you got sent.
All right.
Jumped in, shut his eyes.
And basically it was just a typical Bradford ball, just a big channel down the line. And it was hands, and their big centre half, I think it was your boy Mark Beavers, going for a 50-50. You can see it on YouTube, and he's absolutely wiped Hansen over the advertising boards. But there's a brick wall that's about a yard away from the advertising boards, and he's literally sent Hans 3 rows up. Which, to be honest, he should have been sitting there the full game anyway. It ended up just a 21-man ruckus. I think Phil Patterson gets sent off, Steve Parton gets sent off, the boy Beavers gets sent off. I think it was about 8 bookings. You'll probably find that one on YouTube. I think that's about the biggest rammy I've seen. But other than that,
there's one team you didn't want to get a rammy with. It's Millwall, isn't it?
Especially with our fans, that's for sure. But they were a gang. We beat them 4-0, so get it up, man.
Right, bit of transfer speculation. Your mate, Big Sadiq's going to Man United.
I can't believe that. I've got to be honest.
What, are we talking like James Hansen touch?
No, worse. No, see, generally, right, I've played with players though that are shite in training though and they're good in games, and he didn't get an opportunity to show it in games, but
he did that semi-final. He did. He just offside for the full game.
That went brilliant. So, but if you're the manager and somebody trains the way he trains, you're never going to play him.
So just bothered like.
I see what I used to find about him all the time was he just wanted an hour every time he got the ball. It's even if you were doing a finishing drill, it was unopposed. He'd take a touch, then another touch, and then it would be like a fake shot, and then he'd shoot, and just everything was so unrealistic. So one thing I will say about him is he's got raw talents where he is quick and he's got that rangy stride. So another thing that's probably difficult for him is see if you're playing for Rangers and you're playing against a deep block or something like that, and he's got no space in behind, you're not going to get.
There's a B licence chat, a deep block, love it.
Do 1-2 is going to call him buzzwords. But you're not going to get the best out of him. But like I said, he's done well since he's left, but he never done enough at Rangers to warrant playing, that's for sure.
He can't go to Man United, Bobby, can he?
Where was he? Roma, wasn't he?
He was in Roma,
so they've seen something, haven't they? But I only think I refereed him was in a pre-season game against Wigan, and see any time MD touched him, he just stopped.
I remember that Wigan game, right? Sorry to interrupt. No, honestly, I remember the Wigan game where he was chasing a ball down the line. I remember the full Rangers fans laughing at him running. I swear to God. Just the way he ran, it was like arms, legs, everywhere. And I remember Rangers fans running behind me. I don't know if that was at me putting the pass to the line.
He shouted at you into your feet and you popped out his head.
Oh, brilliant. Kev Katic suffered a cruciate injury. Big bloke Rangers, that, eh? We were talking last week they need a settled back to this season.
We actually were talking about him being
he's a big boy, isn't he? You see him, he's tapa.
To get a cruciate, I've never experienced that in football, but that's obviously the worst, I think, in terms of injuries in football. So to receive that at the beginning of the season, it's a massive blow to the boy himself, but to Rangers, because now they're going to have to go out and replace him. I don't know. It's a blow because he's a right good big player. I can never understand these cruciates. There's no reason why they happen.
Aye.
And I don't think they'll ever understand how or why they happen. But years ago it was a 9-month to a year job, and that would be your career was always in jeopardy. But now I think some physios get them back in 6 months. So hopefully it's a 6-month job and he gets back and sees some of the season out and gets his career going. But it's a big blow for player and club.
See, when he took his top off, I thought it was Greg Stewart at first.
Oh my God, what a body that
Has
guy's
he still got a wee black bin belly?
See, to be fair though, I was actually talking about Greg Stewart before we started. Greg Stewart's one of the best trainers every day.
Right, how good is he?
Honestly, like I couldn't speak highly enough of him. In terms of finisher, he's probably second to JD as the best finisher at a football club, and it's just there's days where he's just
JD,
technically very good in training, but
Me and JD.
JD.
He loves him egging that, mate, didn't he? Like, go shooting.
he's just silky, and he's a player that you can appreciate, and he's sort of like everybody's talking about. We were talking about Lyndon Dykes for the third choice striker, and Greg can play there, and to be honest, I think he's somebody that probably deserved more of a chance than he got last year.
They won 5-0, weren't they? Rangers beat Aberdeen 5-0.
It was unbelievable.
It was great.
It was unbelievable.
I was refereeing it. And he was unplayable. He was, honestly, it was great.
Very good. But Katic, massive blow?
Aye, big time. It's something that we spoke about last week. I think Rangers have obviously had a lot of games with the European runs that they've went on the last 2 years, but I think there's always one position of the pitch you don't rotate, and it's centre halves. And I think we've probably done that a wee bit too much in the last 2 years. So I think this year, I'd like to see them have a more settled back two going into the season, and there's a good chance it would have been Nico next to Connor or obviously Big Phil, but it's a big letdown. And Nico's somebody that works so hard in the off season, so it's devastating for him. And he's to be honest, a big set piece threat for Rangers. Yes. I think he scored something like 6 or 7 goals last year, which I'd imagine was probably third or fourth top scorer, but it's a big miss.
Right, Bobby, goal line technology. Yep. One of the most discussed moments since the Premier League returned was Sheffield United Villa.
Aye.
How did they not spot it?
So goal line technology is set up with cameras in the stadium that are fixed. They don't move. They're fixed on that goal. And essentially there's a shield, and when the ball breaks that shield, it sets off a trigger on the referee's watch. But they're saying because of the way that the keeper held it, it didn't allow the cameras to identify that it crossed the line. So they always say there's a chance that might happen, but it's unlikely. But what they're saying is the VAR has then got a goal line camera, so if he gets a clear sight that ball's on the line, he should be involved. So the VAR could become involved, or even if the assistant thinks, that looks sure, check it. So you've got until the ball goes out of play to tell the referee not to restart the game. Essentially the VAR should have picked up. The technology's there, but technology's not 100% into it, no. So when the GLT's broke down, the VAR should pick it up. But I mean, they're massive decisions. You're introducing all this technology, but people can't accept that things like that are missed. So it's no good when we're trying to bring in technology and folks say, well, there's an example, it's no work. So it was a massive, I mean, right away that happens. I've got about 5 different mess folks saying to me, how we should happen here, you know, so.
Do you like VAR?
Aye, if it's used correctly. And what I would say is it's used correctly in the Champions League, it's used correctly in some leagues don't use it correctly.
I hate it.
Do you? Why?
I hate it.
You can't get away with anything.
And I just feel it just slows the game down so much. And see, to be honest, I'm probably one that wanted it before it came in. But seeing the way it's panned out, I just there's been so many, like, remember the Man City Tottenham game in the Champions League?
It took forever.
Aye. How long did that take? And that was a semi-final place of Champions League at stake, and it took 5 minutes to come.
It needs to be clear and obvious, and it's in seeing the protocol. Clear and obvious is listed about 20 times. It needs to be that everybody here agrees that that's a blatant mistake, like your headbutt. See if there's any debate at all. Move on.
Move on. An inch for an offside or something.
So see the VAR, Bobby, when a decision goes, is there one person makes that, or is there a group of people in this room?
So there's two. There's a VAR, there's an AVR, and there's an operator who's basically the guy who can find you the camera angles. And these guys are top draw. They can pull the camera angle up, they can slow the clip down, they can show you everything that you need to see within seconds. So that's what frustrates me. I seen a player get a yellow card in a game, Tottenham Everton last year. It was like, I walked into my granddad's actually, and he was watching the game, and I seen the first replay, went, that's a red. But then by the time, it took another 2.5 minutes for them to tell the ref. So it shouldn't take that long. You need to just have a wee bit of conviction. If it's clear, get involved. If it's no, move on. That's right, because there should only be, the average in European games is 1 intervention in 3 games. So that's not a lot, but I think you're seeing in some leagues, there's 2 and 3 interventions in a game. And that's slowing it down, and that's what people don't want.
Have we got GLT, as you call it? Yeah.
No, but we were talking about having it for the semi-final and final cup, because it's going to be introduced for the playoffs.
Right.
We're going to maybe bring it in for that. So that, I think we'll have that for games at Hampden after we have the playoff. But VAR will be, I think, pushed further down the line now, because you're talking about $1 million to set up, $1 million running costs. These are figures that I've only read in the media. Where's that money going to come from now?
Need to dock your wages, mate.
Tell you.
Doing $1,000 a week.
Cutbacks. That's how I can't even afford wages now.
Does JD like GLT?
Just BLT. He's like,
right, Liverpool. What about their performance against Man City? They were getting Gary Neville, mate. He's a grass, isn't he? Kept going on about the boys drinking. So what, man? They've won the league. Them are nothing.
I know, but see, to be fair, they're allowed one bad performance this season. Do you know what I mean? But
see if you've been on the booze for a week, mate. The last team you want to play is Man City.
I know, but Man City can do that to anybody. And was Liverpool that? I think they were worse yesterday. But I don't. Were they that bad against Man City? Listen, Man City are on their day. In my opinion, they're probably the best team in the world, and they can do it to anyone. But like you said, they've won the league. They're allowed a couple of days to celebrate. So.
It's not even that. It's they've always been on the piss and they've enjoyed it, but the pressure's off. There's no demand to play that same level of intensity and there's no fans in the crowd to please. It's done. So like I don't get what fucking people are moaning about, man. If I'd won the league like Liverpool done, you wouldn't have fucking seen me for 2-3 weeks. Not a chance. I'd have been like, Gaffer, I need 3 weeks off now to go and enjoy this. Don't phone me.
We won the league, mate, and we had one game left after it. And I got dragged after 30 minutes.
Nice.
You ever had that?
Aye, semi-final.
I was a referee, right? I was a referee that day.
What, yeah?
I wish you fucking sent me after.
Was that the one after 43 minutes?
Something like that, aye, it was.
What are you thinking when he's get... Do you know, say to Bobby, just keep playing? Because it get to half time, then let the ball go.
Send me after.
Rogic was good that day, wasn't he? He was sat kind of getting plenty of the ball. And I remember seeing the board go up, went, fucking strange time for a sub. I thought somebody must be injured, then I just seen you getting hooked. I went, fuck.
I can't remember.
See when he's going mad on, see when he's shouting and that, are you watching it or are you just concentrating on the game?
I'm kind of watching what else is going on. There's so much happening in the games, isn't there? There's plenty going on. I think that game was 2 penalties and a red card and all, wasn't there? So there's plenty happening. But
oh, you definitely the referee there.
see when you're coming after you and you've had your rant and that, were you hearing your rant straight away? Did you think you were doing alright or did you just start?
No, I knew I wasn't playing well, but it was one of them where
it could have been anything.
none of us were playing well. It could have been anyone that came off, and I just if you're going to make a sub, wait fucking 2 minutes.
Did you get that 2 minute once you'd finish your rant thinking, fuck, the Gaffer's going to
see generally right. I can't remember. I couldn't even tell you to score for that game. I blanked all that memory out. I've not got a fucking clue what happened for it.
How was your phone at half time?
Probably half. Probably half, I can't remember.
Brilliant. Kev, what about you? You ever play the game kind of half rough?
No, I just... the worst I ever did was one day in training, we liked a Tuesday club at Sunderland. So, because we're always off on a Wednesday, and even when we were in a Wednesday, we still went in a Tuesday club. And I remember going in the Wednesday and Mick McCarthy knew that we were out. He knew we were fucking drinking. And so he set us off on the laps, just laps, fucking laps after laps. It got to the point where I was like, oh, I'm actually going to be sick. And I'd never been sick in my life, even fucking with anything. So Sunderland had the hills that the pitch is in, down, so the hills. So I was running away and I sneaked halfway over the hill. I was a bit sick for about 10 minutes. So by the time I come back up over the hill, the group had come back round and I managed to sneak back on the end of the road and they noticed that I'd disappeared. I think that's the worst I've ever felt. But I've seen players turn up steaming.
There's people though that can actually train fine.
Jeff Whitley, I think he actually came out as being an alcoholic at one point. He would have played with Man City when
he did with the shirt, I remember him.
And he would come in train drunk, but he was fucking brilliant. See when he was sober, it was useless. He was fucking hopeless. But see when he was drunk, he was brilliant.
Mate, the one I've done was we were top of the league and then Di Canio got sacked. It was a Thursday. So you see, because we'd been in every day, so we were off that day, Thursday, so all the boys went golfing. Because he's been sacked, obviously you end up on the drink. So it gets to about 5 o'clock into Swindon, all the bars, and I'll never forget, mate, Thursday night, 2 o'clock in the morning, our fat wee winger Luke Rooney's standing with a pair of golf shoes on, singing karaoke at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. All the Swindon fans are fucking going mental. Mate, it came a Saturday, I think we got beat like 5-0. Full team was out full day Thursday, rough as anything, unbelievable. Right, last wee bit on the Premier League relegation. Norwich are done. Bournemouth are done.
Aye.
Who's your third team?
It could be a toss-up between 4 or 5, to be honest. But looking at Aston Villa's fixtures, I think it's going to be hard for them to get a run of wins that they need. But see, I don't think Norwich are the worst to watch, but they are the worst team. But I've actually watched them on occasions this year where you think they're decent, they might get something, but they just can't score goals out with the boy Pookie. They just can't seem to get any goals. But if I had to hang my hat, I'd say Aston Villa for the third team to go down.
I agree. What are you, Bobby?
It looks like Villa, didn't it? It's a shame because see when Scottish players go down south or manage, I kind of watch their performances and results to see how they're going on. So that could be true. Wee John McGinn and then Kenny McLean also. You want to see the guys playing in the top division, don't you? So from that perspective, it's disappointing. You want to see them play in the Premier League, but it doesn't look good for them. It doesn't look good at all.
Agree, Kev?
I agree with. I think Villa. I think West Ham will scrape through again.
Moyes looking well, isn't he?
Moyes look
old
great.
Strawberry blonde hair.
Aye. That's what happens. These gingers, they turn blonde. Get Gordon Strachan, Moyes. I don't know how that happens.
Good looking bunch, like that.
Eh?
Good looking bunch.
But no, I think like, he's saying about John McGinn. I think John McGinn will be fine because he'll get a move. And after I was interviewing Kenny, I knew then that Norwich were fucked. So to be honest, it's. I'm kind of glad Bournemouth are going, Si.
Bournemouth have been terrible, haven't they?
It's like they played some nice football and they've got some very good players. And Eddie Howe, no doubt, will go on to bigger and better things.
See, I'd decide, why? How will he go into bigger and better?
I just think he will. So I think what's happened is when any relegate, they don't become bad managers because they're sitting second bottom or whatever. They become players sometimes get in a rut in a relegation fight, and it's very hard to get out. You end up trying too hard, and like you look around your dressing, you think, why are we in this position? But it's just it's a mindset thing. It's not down to ability. And Eddie Howe's no become a bad manager.
Signs bad, makes bad transfers though.
I just think I think Bournemouth should have got rid of him, or he should have moved and changed it. But because of the success that Bournemouth have had, they've stuck by him because of the so-called kind of success of staying in the league. But really, they should just have got rid of him and got somebody in to try and give the club a spark, because he clearly wasn't giving them a spark. And I just don't think a stadium, they got an 18,000 seater stadium or something. It's just doesn't look right on TV when they're playing. I don't know.
Ryan Fraser get a big move, won't he?
Aye. He's out of contract, I know. And
did he not refuse to sign an extension?
That's what I was going to say. There has been reports that they've offered him a couple of contracts over the last year or so, and he's held out. But he's been quiet this year. He was unbelievable last year, but this year he's been quiet, hasn't he? Which is probably one of the reasons that they're doing there. Because I think him and Callum Wilson are their two main men. They've probably not played the way they can this year.
I'm glad Bournemouth are going down.
Aye.
Horrible. Pompey, mate.
I would love Burnley to go down, and they're 6th and 7th in the league every year. But I say it all the time.
Why? Just because they bash it?
I just don't like watching them. But listen, they're so good at what they do. But I don't know how they just keep churning out results, because it's the old Kilmarnock, the SPL. Like I said, see Kilmarnock, the SPL. They've been wearing masks for the last 18 months because they used to steal results every week, man.
See the thing is, Kilmarnock. When I was at Kilmarnock, first come to Scottish football with Kilmarnock, like, I thought they were getting relegated. We managed to stay up, and then we stayed up on the last day of the season, and ever since then they've stayed in. Like, they must have been the club that's been sitting third bottom forever.
Aye.
And one of these times they're going to disappear at the Premier League and we'll never see Kilmarnock again. But Burnley, were they struggling at the beginning of the season? We're no talking getting rid of Sean Dyche, and they've just went all the way up.
Last year as well, when they had the European one, they were literally just outside the relegation room for the majority of the season.
Because they had all the early qualifiers, didn't they?
Aye.
And then they got after a bad start, but fair play to Sean Dyche, you know what I mean? But
imagine paying £40 a week to go and watch Burnley.
It's not happening.
It used to be alright when they had Gaza and Stan Tennant as manager. That was proper banter years. I love playing Burnley, man.
And mate, is Sean Dyche going to ever shave that goatee, man?
It's his voice, man. Do you remember the old tune, The Fat, with the old woman that used to stick her eyes up her neck?
I don't mind Sean Dyche, to be fair. I do like listening to him, but could he do better elsewhere, spending money? But he's never actually had to spend any money, so you don't know what he's going to be like in the transfer market. But the English Premierships, who's the three teams coming up? West Brom, Leeds, and possibly
bigger teams.
Leeds will be good though.
Bigger Leeds. I like when people say how are Leeds a big club. Leeds are humongous. If you've ever played at Ellen Road, which used to have done, fucking great place to go and play.
Probably the best supported club outside the top 6 in England. That's it.
Yeah.
That and Sunderland. I need to say Sunderland in the mix.
What about, would you like to ref in the Premier League? Could that ever happen?
Aye. No, you'd need to probably start at the bottom and come back through.
Would you?
Aye. You couldn't get a transfer straight in there. No kind of. Because they referees need to work through a pyramid system to get to the top, so you basically take the place off an English guy. So, but you'd love to do it, wouldn't you? Because even with the European games, I've been to pretty much every stadium I want to go to, but we can't referee English teams because of the passport. So we'll never get to go to these big stadiums. So that is frustrating. I would love to go and referee at some of these places.
What's the best stadium you've been at?
Probably San Siro. Everybody talks about the Nou Camp or the Bernabeu or that, but San Siro's. I grew up with like kind of football Italia, didn't you? So. When you go there, it's great. I mean, it is great.
Do you drop the kids before the game?
What?
Do you drop the kids in the restaurant? Lads, been tremendous. Thanks very much.
Cheers,
Cheers, lads.